Okay, finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Okay. Money is a factor. Finances, security, career path. Okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pull these tarot cards since I pre-shuffled them. Oh, jeez. Okay, so you have expectations to expand eventually, or to get to a stable place. Maybe you guys are expecting a change of house, or maybe you guys are wanting to move. You guys are trying to move somewhere. But I feel like you guys are looking to try to grow something. Wow, and you guys are yeah, look at that. Trying to pull these cards here. I just want to get a good shuffle in before I do that, and these three come out. I don't know if you guys are seeing a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries, but the situation is this: there's a lot of practical things. You're focusing on the practical a lot. Hard work, dedication. You guys are putting in the effort, but at the same time, I feel like where the relationship goes is also taking a practical turn instead of looking at how someone feels. Because the King of Wands doesn't care about what the practical is. He knows that if he looks at his heart, that's enough value right there. What does he want to? What does he want to do? Where is he in this moment? What does he want to feel in this moment? And he'll take action and make sure that happens. So, I do feel like there's a ton of passion here with you and this individual. I feel like there's just a lot of keeping the balance, doing things that, maybe not very exciting. Yeah, moving's definitely a card that keeps coming up. 6 of Wands. It's crazy. Yeah, let's take a look see at your relationship though. My teeth hurt, guys. I don't know why. Breathe in, it's sharp, cold, and it's like hurts my teeth. But anyway, it's too far out. There we go. The card that brought you two together. The challenge that you face. Alright, and this is the underlying energy on the very bottom, which is the 6 of Swords. Yep, I said travel. Travel came up twice. Well, 3 times now. Well, this is really the travel card, so guess twice. But a transition period. A transition in your life, change. What change? Okay, there we go again, another travel card. The Knight of Wands rather, is a travel card. But the 4 of Cups is interesting because it does indicate that there's comparability, or there's someone that's comparing a situation to something else. It can indicate as well that this is somebody that's not quite satisfied with their previous options and assuming that their next options will practically be the same. Or again, right, looking at a similar area, looking at a familiar area to kind of figure out a way to be unstuck. Because I think someone is emotionally stuck in a situation, or emotionally stuck, and they can't exactly figure out a way to, move out of that situation. And it starts by being emotional. It starts by looking at your emotions, looking at how you want to feel, figuring out what you want out of a situation, instead of kind of figuring out what could come out of a situation based off of you going into it, if that makes sense. You gotta have to have a plan. Like, what do you want? What do you want to feel? What do you want to create? And that is practically sums up your whole, what brought you together, as well as the challenges you face, and committing to that, right? Committing to the change of routine, the belief system, standpoint, whatever is necessary to create what you want. Because I kind of have a feeling that there's certain maybe gender roles or roles period in the relationship that don't work for either you or the other person, and there is going to need to be a change in order for that dynamic to be truly respected and for there to be balance and progress in the relationship. Now, this side is typically you, Cancer, but feel free to go on to the other side here if it doesn't resonate. The Knight of Pentacles indicates here, and this is the mind plane too, guys. This is how both parties think of the situation, think of the relationship period. So what they're thinking right now, or at least what you're thinking, or your mind is at regarding this, is that there is definitely a lot of hard work needed. There's a need for for caution, meaning you're taking things slowly, looking at things, very detail oriented, but you're also coming into this with the intentions to commit and settle down. Because of course, the Knight of Pentacles has got lots of, doesn't have a lot of time on his hands. At least he sees value in time. So which is why he moves very slow. He's willing to put in the work needed, spend that time on something to make it something of great value, at least the great value based off his capability. And there is a lot of slow progress there's a lot of slow progress period for this relationship, but I feel like it's more towards. Well, I feel like the reason why there's slow energy here is because there is a bit of cautiousness to this relationship. Somebody is being extremely careful, right? They're not kind of moving fast on purpose because they don't really want the situation to get out of hand. They don't want to miss things. They want to be absolutely sure that they're getting what they want. Well, the other person has got the Seven of Pentacles. I kind of feel like this person's been putting in a lot of work, trying to prove that they're ready, trying to prove that they're set to go, but they're not at the point where they want to be. So of course, this person's naturally frustrated, especially if this person here is still thinking about things, still taking their time when making a decision, and not quite sure if they could truly take that leap of faith and go with it. Because this person has been putting in a lot of work with this relationship, and I don't think they have been seeing a lot of results from it. They're just still stuck in a situation where there's not a lot of growth. So this Five of Swords energy coming from this person is definitely showing that this person is getting ruthless. Like, they're willing to do what needs to be done in order for them to get what they want, in order to get their success, to get their victory. Now, it could be that this person is a bit more aggressive at work. This person may be your co-worker. This person may be seeing this situation as a competition, right? And I think this person may also feel like there is a bit of a competition. They're frustrated with their own finances, and therefore they're kind of getting really aggressive with everyone else. All right? Or it could be that this person is definitely working very hard and willing to sever relationships just to get to where they want to be, which is happiness. Emotionally, they want to feel happy. They want to go back to this time and place where they were innocent, where there was not just innocent, but there was a time of happiness, right? They want to go back to the good old days, but they're finding it quite difficult because they're hitting snags, they're hitting roadblocks, and this is one of those things where they honestly can't do much of anything, and they have to kind of wait, right? I mean, there's always work that needs to be done here, and I feel like it has to do with perhaps a change of perspective, because this person here is not feeling this. They're reevaluating a situation. They're reevaluating what's worthy of their time and effort. And I feel like this is the same thing with this person on this side. Now, what's interesting to me, though, is that even though this person is showing this, they're taking things slowly, they're moving very slow, or maybe they think that this person's totally... I think this person may think that the other person is too focused on the finances. This person is totally like career-driven or workaholics. But at the same time, I feel like this Knight of Pentacles person is taking a slow time, is trying to figure out what they want, figure out what's of value to them. Not yet committed yet. It's crazy because they're also hit with this Tower energy. That's obviously opposite of the Knight of Pentacles. Nothing just happens automatically, unexpectedly, with the Knight of Pentacles. You could predict the Knight of Pentacles' movements. It's going to be slow, meticulous, detail oriented. It's so slow you can see him coming, but the Tower, you don't. It's very interesting. It's like this person is almost... It's almost like this person is thinking that there's just a lot of this stuff moving very slowly, but bam, 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 they're making a lot of changes, a lot of things happen in their lives. And it's because of the Lovers. It's because they're in love that they want this, they want progress. They want things to move forward. They want it to move forward in a way that obviously means that there's obviously more reason to commit, a stronger platform that both people in this relationship can honestly stand on. But they're also making some serious changes in their lives that open the door for love, that open the door for potential of growth between the two pairings. Not necessarily finances, because I don't think this person really cares when they're, destroying foundations. So, it's very interesting. Let me take a look here. Why is the Tower in this person's body? Why are they presenting the Tower? Because of the Hangman. Oh dear. So that actually says something totally different, because with the Hangman coming up there with the Tower, that means somebody has, there's a really big shift and a really big change due to some sort of change of perspective. Somebody is holding on to a particular perspective, perhaps, or there was a need to see something differently, and the Tower is something happening where it's an epiphany. That's what I see. Someone had an epiphany. It was like after a long time of trying to look and see and figure something out, this person finally figured it out. And I think it's like this is partly the reason why this person is moving slowly, not too fast, because whatever they got hit with, whatever this realization was, which I feel it has a lot to do with the soulmate connection, what they feel, about this person, the love, the potential that love has when it comes to growing anything and everything. Perhaps this person wants to even become a partner with this individual. But this is dual Taurian energy. You have the Hierophant and the Empress, so both Taurus energy. And what brought you two together was this ability, this awareness to take care of people, or this awareness of independence, awareness of creativity, or creative potential. I feel like some of you guys may have been in a situation where you guys were caretakers at one point. You guys always took care of everybody else, and I feel like you guys realized that you guys take care of each other. I feel like for some of you guys, why you guys met was to love on yourselves a lot more. But the challenge here is the Hierophant, committing to something different. Committing to a different role, a different style. Something that will force a change of perspective. And of course, we'll need time to truly be, to adjust with the changes. Because you're going through a transition too, a really strong transition. I think this person believes that money will buy them happiness. Or comfort. But money doesn't go as far as anything really when it comes to dictating your life. Very interesting read, guys. Very interesting read. Let's go ahead and take a look-see at your your messenger oracle. You guys have embraced the dark. Embrace the dark talks about accepting all aspects of yourself. Aspects that people have told you to shun and to hide and to put away. Embrace the parts of you that are not necessarily accepted in the eyes of everyone else, right? Into the eyes of society. So I'm going to go ahead and read you that affirmation really fast. We have been taught that all is good. Let me start over. We have been taught that all is either good or evil, negative or positive. Good rises to good, bad rises to bad. It is wrong to have feelings of anger, dislike, or fear, as these emotions are born of our shadow self. This is not truth. Everything happens for a reason. Love can give rise to destruction, and hate can inspire acts of genuine love. The lessons offered by our shadow often teaches us the most. Know your shadow self. Love it. Without the darkness, the stars cannot be seen. Powerful message, y'all. Just a straight up powerful message. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and let you guys go.